students, it's Mrs. Janowski, and I'm going to make with you today a rainbow sensory bottle. And I have almost everything set up because this takes a little bit of time, but we will turn this lesson, first it's a science experiment, and then it's going to become a mindfulness lesson, okay? So you can see I have the colors of the rainbow set up. The materials you need for this lesson, first you need a set of Crayola watercolor paints. So Crayola is a little bit better quality than some of the other ones, and your colors will turn out a little bit more vibrant, so that's why we recommend the Crayola, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is, I was actually, before I turned on the recording, I was boiling hot water, so be super careful because you need hot water. You need 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, 6 8-ounce mason jars with lids, okay? So the colors are going to go there. And then let's just stop with the materials for a second and I'll get back to it so I can show you how we build this. Alright, I am not going to be using, I have brown and black left, but just to show you an idea. So if I was to pop out, if this was red and I was popping it out, but I've got black going right now, you pop out the paint from the thing. So what I did is I pulled it out of its case, and I took scissors and I cut them in like 1 or 2 sections, and then I can easily pop that out of there. Alright, then you need a half of a cup of hot water. So you might need to get an adult. Don't do this if you think you can't do it safely. My teapot is hot. I'm going to hold it with a towel to help protect myself. You can see the steam probably coming out. Then I should have grabbed a funnel if I would make this a little bit neater. I didn't grab one. So if you have a funnel, it might make it a little bit neater. Hopefully I don't burn myself. I'm going slow. I'm purposely going slow. Once the water is in the mason jar, you want to put the top on it and shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your groove thing. All right, have a little fun with it. So I'm not using black in the experiment today, but this was just to show you how you start to make your own. We're making our own watercolor paints right now, except for instead of being solid, they'll end up being liquid. And once you have a set of liquid watercolor paints, you can do them for lots of different projects. So I might come back to the watercolor paints later. All right, you're going to want this to cool down. This is really, really hot when I touch the glass, so I'm just going to move this out to the side. Remember, we're not using this. It was just an example to show you how I got all those other 6. Okay, now, once you've gotten that and it's cooled down, the reason why also you want the top on it is because remember that water will evaporate. So you've seen it all before. If you've seen like water in a creek, and then in the summer it was a really hot day, a couple days later there's no water in the creek because it all evaporated out. The same thing can happen. That's why I like to use the mason jar with lids. So the water is going to stay in there. All right, you don't have to worry about losing it. Once you have all your colors and it's been maybe a day or maybe even 2 or whatever, you want it to be cool and you want it to be settled, you are going to take the next thing that you need is a 6-ounce clear. This is important, so don't let it be green or blue or any other color of hair gel. So I got this whole big, this is 16 ounces from the dollar store. Okay, so you can get a whole big thing of it and you're going to use almost the entire thing. Mine's almost empty because I already did red, orange, yellow, green, and blue, and I stopped so I could show you what you do in the process, the next process coming up. So we're going to mix the hair gel with our colors. First, what you're going to do though is you are going to take, I'm going to move this out of my way because I don't want to use what I don't need. I'm done with my half a cup of measuring cup. That was another material list. You need a half a cup of water, okay? Use a half a cup of water with the paint and the mason jar mixed up. Now I need a 1/3 cup to measure my hair gel. I need a plastic cup. Any old plastic cup will do. And actually, if you have enough, you can use like 6, 1 for each color. It might go faster. or I'm super, super conservative with my materials because I don't like to waste. So I just used one and kept rinsing it out. Oh Lord. All right, this top's not gonna go up, but we'll work it out. Okay, so I'm almost done with this. Is almost empty. I'm gonna add my 1/3 cup. Oh, it's making noises because I'm almost at the end of the bottle. But remember, a full 16-ounce bottle will get you all 6 of your colors. And it's only $1. Can't beat it. Can't beat it with a stick. Okay. That's pretty much at the top. Next thing you need is a mini spatula. Mini spatula looks like this. Okay, it's just a smaller spatula. You're gonna use your spatula to guide the hair gel out and into your cup. You know, try to use as much of it as you can so you're not wasting. All right, now if you are just starting this project, you're gonna have to do this 6 times. So this, you don't really need to keep rinsing off, but you will need to rinse off your spatula a bunch of times and your cup a bunch of times if you're using only 1 cup because you're doing the different colors. All right, so I'm done with everything but purple. This is a pipette. It's what scientists use to take little tiny samples of things and move them somewhere. And you probably all used one with your teachers in science class. I do a lot of science at my house and I do a lot of things, so I have a pipette. You don't need one. You can literally just dump some in there. You can take a teaspoon. I'm going to be conservative with my colors because I don't know what other fun projects I'm going to want to do with you guys with these colors. So for every color I did 6 things of pipettes. If you've never used a pipette before, when it's empty, you squeeze it at the top, you put it in your solution, your liquid, whatever, you pick it up and you undo your squeeze, and then it's in there, and then you squeeze it back to get it out. So it's squeeze, drop, release, pull up, squeeze and drop, okay? So I think that was 5. Now I lost count because I was talking too much. So I think that was 6. I'm going to use my spatula again to stir. And now I've got my purple color. All right, then you also need 6 clear sandwich bags. Okay, so like I said, I already have done everything else. Now I gotta, I'm gonna put my top back on because Miss Janowski can be a little bit wild sometimes. I don't want to spill it. So first what I do is I open my sandwich bag, I dump this in there. Go like that. And then I'm going to, again, use my spatula to get out all the good stuff and put it as much as I can in the bag without making too much of a mess. You know what? You're going to make a little bit of a mess, and it's okay. Clean it up, right? Don't leave your mess for anybody else. That's not right. And if you are really, really little and you need help from a mom and dad or a grandma or grandpa, older brother and sister, get some help. That's fun to do science together. But always clean up your messes. Don't leave them for somebody else to clean up. All right, take responsibility. Then we're going to get out the air, close it. This made a mess. I have a towel right here, so I'm going to clean up my mess. All this stuff, I'm just going to move out of my way. I don't need it anymore. If you do this, you're going to want to keep cleaning out your cup and keep cleaning out your spatula. And if you have a pipette, you can do that. So now it's time to build it. Okay, the next thing you need is a 16.9 ounce empty water bottle. This is important because according to my recipe, we'll see, maybe the recipe's wrong, but according to my recipe, all this will fit in that. Okay, so here's what mine looks like. It can be any shape, it doesn't have to be the shape of mine. I found this, it's actually a company called Core Hydration. I liked the shape of the water bottle. That's why I went for it. I got a 6-pack at Walmart for like $5 or $6. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. I did not waste the water. This is empty. I drank the water. I pulled off the label, okay, so that it wouldn't interrupt our lesson. All right, now you have everything in there. You're gonna build this. So take this off. And you're going to kind of smush everything into one corner. Okay, we're going to start with red on the bottom. And once everything's into that one corner, it kind of feels fun. Take some scissors, cut a little bit off, and woo, there we go. Put it in there. So kind of guide it. Be patient, you know, not everything has to be real fast and furious. Enjoy the sensations. See if you can tell the difference if like red might or might not smell different than orange. I don't know. But I do want to point out to you something. So you just squish that in there. I'm getting as much out as I possibly can. I'm being patient with it because I want to get this to be really, really amazing and awesome. Okay, it looks like most of it's going to go in there, right? Good enough. Now I'm going to move on. So a little bit of red stuck up in there, but I'm not going to worry about it. See if I can get it to kind of put the top down and kind of tap it down and see what happens. I don't know. We're doing a science experiment together. This is really the first time I've ever done it, so I'm doing it with you. All right, now, interestingly, look at this. With my clear gel and with this 6 drops of orange, look at the difference. So isn't that interesting? The orange, when I made the liquid watercolor, turned out like a bright orange, but then when I mixed it with the hair gel, it came out a little bit more yellowy. But you will see in a second that this was the orange and this was the yellow, and they do look different. So I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna accept what happened. That's part of being mindful. It is what it is. Accept it, move on. There's no reason to get upset that it didn't turn out really, really orangey. I just want to, there we go, move that a little bit. There's a little corner. So now I'm going to add this on top, and we're going to keep building. And we'll see, I'm sure we're going to have plenty of room for all the colors. I don't even think it's going to reach the top of the bottle, but that's okay. That is okay. Okay, good enough. Move that over. Now I've got yellow. It looks like there's even less yellow, doesn't there? I don't know why. I'm sure I measured it, right? Maybe I didn't. Oh well, I'm going with what I got. I'm going to tap that down a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to cut. And, oops. Hold on to see if I can, it's all right. A little piece of plastic fell in there, but oh well, I'm not going to be able to reach it in there and get it now. This gel is going on top of that orange. Keep going, come on. Come on. Good. Okay, almost there with the yellow. Next, green. I'm making a mess. It's fun to make a mess. All right, so I'm just going to try to get most of it into that corner. And then, whoopsie, with the scissors. Okay, I think I'll cut it out that way, move it over, that's better. Then it's going in. Yeah, we'll have plenty of room. So you could even probably use a different size water bottle. I could probably repeat this whole process and do a double rainbow. So that might happen. You never know. Okay, we are on blue. Not today, but I mean I could add to my sensory water bottle. Cut and add. It looks cool, doesn't it? Like Jell-O. It's so pretty. I love it. All right, one more to go, people, yeah, well, you could actually do this twice, I bet. So you know what? If you did the same exact recipe and only used an 8-ounce water bottle, or even layered it in another 8-ounce, if you got a 7th mason jar, that would work. Because this is not taking up the whole bottle, right? So that would fill it. Because 16, it's a little bit more than 16 ounces, but 16 divided by 2 would be 8. So if you got, I bet it would work for 8 ounces, and then you would have everything totally filled up. Okay, this is looking pretty, you guys. I love it. And then we're almost there, almost there. Okay. So now what I want us to talk about is the colors of the rainbows themselves. After I get this last little bit, put the top on. And there you go. It is a rainbow sensory bottle. It looks awesome. I love it. Okay. So the colors of the rainbow, actually each color signifies different things and different ways to kind of think about life and to kind of live. So red reminds us of being passionate, vitality, which really means to live healthy in a healthy way, enthusiasm and security. So the sense that you're safe, that you are grounded and loved, and nothing can hurt you. So that's red. Orange, which is really hard to tell. Oh, I can see it a little bit. Actually, once it's in there, you can kind of see a little bit of orange versus the yellow. That's interesting. Orange is about being creative, about being practical. So, for instance, I dropped a little piece of plastic in there, and it wasn't a good idea. It wasn't practical for me to try to dig that little piece out when you're really not even going to see it once I'm done. So practical is like what makes sense and following what makes sense. Playfulness. So kids all should have a sense of playfulness. That's how we learn, that's how we grow. Equilibrium is really about kind of balance within yourself. So equilibrium is about balance. If you've ever had an earache, your balance might have been off because that affects your body inside. So balance within you. And control, knowing, the right things to do and the right way to act and the right way to speak. Control it. So, all right. So yellow is about clarity, about wisdom, about being orderly. So being organized so that you can work more efficiently, right? And having good energy. Green is about growth. That makes sense because in spring, things grow like crazy. The flowers start to come out, the grass starts to come out, the leaves start to come out. All those things are green. Balance, so a little bit less about internal balance and more about balance of your own life. Are you getting enough study time and enough play time? Are you spending enough time with family and with friends? So balancing those things out. Health and wealth. I could use some of that. All right, blue is about spirituality and divinity. So the way I like to think about it is not necessarily your religion, because whatever religion you are is perfect, okay? Everybody is entitled, as you know, you've done human rights, to have the religion of their choice and not to be treated unkindly, unfairly because of that. But for me, spirituality is more about, do you have faith in something? Do you have hope that things will get better? Do you believe in something other than just yourself? Do you believe in the world? Do you believe in other people? So that's, to me, really about spirituality. And then finally, the purple is about self-awareness and intuition. I love this because this really speaks to what we talk about for mindfulness. Self-awareness, know yourself. And intuition, trust yourself. You will make good decisions if you do. And so with that, that is our science and mindfulness lesson, and I want you to think about that and let me know if you like it. Let's end with that self-awareness. bonus piece. May I know my truth? May I see my truth? May I speak my truth? May I feel my truth? Namaste. Bye. Thank you, little scientists. I'll see you soon.